The Voice Season 28 already has some top-notch banter. Watch Season 28 of The Voice on Monday, September 22 at 8/7 on NBC and Peacock. On the very first episode of the new season, Coach Michael Bublé said something to fellow coach Niall Horan that may have risked the wrath of a famous voice alum. Bublé and Horan actually go back years, having met at an airport in 2012. But when Horan and Blake Shelton overlapped as coaches on The Voice in 2023, Shelton affectionately called the Irish singer his son, a gentle joke about their age difference. With Shelton now gone from the show, Bublé made the same joke while chatting with an artist, casually saying, "My son, Niall." Did he realize what he'd done? Blake Shelton won't be happy about this, Horan worried backstage. "I don't want to live in Oklahoma anymore," Horan deadpanned, alluding to the ranch where Shelton lives with wife Gwen Stefani. Ultimately, though, Horan decided to stay loyal. "I'm Blake's son, I always will be," he said. Niall Horan and Blake Shelton's bond is so sweet. Niall Horan and Blake Shelton appear on The Voice, Season 23, Episode 7, The Battle's premiere. In real life, Horan has a dad back home, but around The Voice set, Shelton was very much a father figure and a friend. "Blake, he's like a dad to me. You know, he's really helped me during the show. I've really enjoyed his company and watching him has been a real honor," Horan told NBC Insider in March 2023. "Me and the cowboy became good friends very quickly. We realized we're very similar people, for the good and the bad. He's so funny from the minute we met him." The feeling is mutual. During Season 23, Shelton mentioned to the producers, "I feel like Niall is going to take my seat on the show. I'm passing the baton on to my son." In a behind-the-scenes video from their season together, they even joked that they might be a long-lost family. "We just found each other after 29 years, Shelton quips. Adds Horan, "No offense to my dad, to the point where I'm thinking about firing my own dad. With his real dad and his voice dad, is there any room for Bublé? Can I?" The Voice has always thrived on its mix of powerhouse talent, emotional performances, and the playful yet competitive banter between its star-studded coaches. Over the years, the chemistry on the red chairs has been just as important to the show's success as the contestants on stage. With every new season comes new dynamics, rivalries, and unexpected comments that stir the audience into laughter or shock. Recently, Niall Horan delivered one of those moments when he cheekily warned that Blake Shelton would not be happy about a particular twist during the competition. His comment quickly grabbed attention, not only from the live audience, but also from fans watching at home who have long loved the tension and camaraderie between coaches. Niall Horan, the former One Direction singer turned solo star, has settled into his role as a coach on The Voice with surprising ease. Known for his Irish charm, quick wit, and genuine passion for mentoring artists, Niall has proven himself to be both a formidable competitor and a crowd favorite. Yet he is also unafraid to poke fun at his fellow coaches and stir the pot when the moment calls for it. His recent quip about Blake Shelton came during a tense decision moment that highlighted the ongoing playful rivalry between the two stars. Blake Shelton has been a cornerstone of The Voice since its early days. With his country superstar persona, his down-to-earth style, and his endless one-liners, Blake has been the coach to beat season after season. His departure from the show left a major void, and even though he sometimes returns as a guest mentor or surprise presents, his legacy still looms large over the competition. So when Niall joked that Blake would not be happy about what was happening, it carried extra weight because it tapped into the memory of Blake's dominance on the show and his reputation as someone fiercely protective of country music artists. The moment unfolded when a contestant with undeniable country flair delivered a performance that wowed all the coaches. Niall was quick to praise the singer and even more quick to push for them to join his team instead of aligning with a coach who might be seen as more traditionally suited for the genre. As he made his pitch, Niall smirked and said Blake Shelton will not be happy about this, as if anticipating the reaction of the legendary country coach who would certainly have fought hard for such an artist in the past. The line drew laughter from the audience and nods from his fellow coaches, who understood the humor and underlying truth of his statement. This playful jab highlighted one of the most enduring aspects of The Voice. The coaches are as much characters in the story as the contestants themselves. Fans have always enjoyed the mix of competition and camaraderie as coaches fight for singers while simultaneously joking, teasing, and supporting one another. Niall's comment about Blake was not only funny, but also a reminder of how deeply Blake's presence is still felt on the show. Even in seasons when he is not in the big red chair, his influence remains, and contestants with country roots are often compared to what Blake might have done had he still been coaching. The remark also showcased Niall's growing confidence in his role. At first, many fans wondered how he would fit into a panel filled with larger-than-life personalities. Coming from the world of pop music and known mostly for his success with One Direction, and later his solo career, Niall was not immediately seen as someone who could dominate in a high-stakes reality television environment. Yet his natural humor, willingness to embrace the competition, and genuine care for artists has made him one of the most engaging coaches in recent memory. His ability to casually drop a comment that both pays homage to Blake and asserts his own authority demonstrates how comfortable he has become in the role. What also makes the line significant is the broader history of The Voice. Blake Shelton spent years building the show's identity and helping to launch successful artists. He also set a standard for how country music was represented on the show. His ability to connect with country artists and guide them to victory became a hallmark of his legacy. For another coach to joke about stealing a country singer for their own team taps directly into that history and creates a moment of nostalgia for longtime viewers who miss Blake's presence. Fans online quickly reacted to Niall's statement, flooding social media with comments about how much they missed Blake and how hilarious it was that Niall invoked his name in such a playful way. Many praised Niall for keeping the competitive spirit alive and for ensuring that even in Blake's absence, his influence remained part of the conversation. Others noted that the moment perfectly encapsulated what makes The Voice different from other talent, shows the blend of genuine mentorship with light-hearted rivalry, keeps audiences invested not just in who wins, but in how the coaches interact along the way. The other coaches on the panel joined in the laughter, with some even echoing that Blake would indeed be watching and possibly shaking his head at home. These moments of shared humor help build the sense of family that has kept the show thriving through multiple seasons and rotating rosters of celebrity judges. They remind viewers that while the competition is real, the relationships between the coaches add layers of entertainment and authenticity that keep people tuning in. Looking ahead, moments like these signal that The Voice remains committed to delivering more than just a singing competition. It has evolved into a cultural staple that thrives on storytelling, coach dynamics, and audience engagement. The interplay between a coach like Niall, who brings a fresh perspective, and the legacy of a veteran like Blake ensures that the show continues to feel both new and familiar. For fans, this balance is what keeps the series from growing stale and makes every season worth watching. In the end, Niall's comment about Blake Shelton not being happy was more than just a quick joke. It was a nod to the history of the show, a declaration of his own competitive edge, and a moment that captured the essence of why audiences love The Voice. It showed that even in Blake's absence, he remains a part of the narrative, while also highlighting Niall's rise as a worthy and entertaining coach in his own right. The Voice thrives on these sparks of personality, where a single line can create buzz, deepen rivalries, and connect fans to the broader story of the show. For Niall Horan, invoking Blake Shelton was both a respectful nod to the past and a bold step forward in defining his own legacy on the red chair. And while Blake may or may not have been watching the exchange, one thing is certain: fans everywhere were delighted to see that his spirit still shapes the competition even when he is not there to press the button himself. The Voice has long been celebrated for bringing powerful performances and unforgettable discoveries to television screens, but just as important to its legacy is the chemistry among the celebrity coaches who sit in those iconic red chairs. With the arrival of season 28, the show has once again proven that the banter between coaches can be just as entertaining as the contestants themselves. From playful teasing to competitive digs, the opening weeks of this season have already delivered moments that keep fans laughing and buzzing online, reminding everyone why The Voice remains a staple in reality television. What makes this season especially engaging is the mix of personalities on the panel. Each coach brings a unique style of humor and a distinct approach to mentoring artists, which naturally leads to plenty of back and forth. Whether it is lighthearted arguments over who should win a contestant's heart or jokes about each other's careers and fashion choices, the coaches have created an atmosphere where wit and rivalry thrive side by side. It is this balance of genuine care for the singers and humorous competition with one another that makes the show stand apart from other talent competitions. One of the earliest examples of standout banter came during a blind audition when a contestant impressed multiple coaches with a soulful performance. The coaches instantly began their tug-of-war, each trying to convince the singer to join their team. What started as enthusiastic praise quickly spiraled into a battle of quips and laughter. One coach bragged about their chart-topping success, only for another to respond with a sharp comeback about how awards do not necessarily mean they know how to mentor fresh talent. The audience roared with laughter, and the contestant on stage could barely keep a straight face while trying to decide whose team to join. Another highlight occurred when one coach attempted to use props to attract a contestant. The move sparked a round of hilarious reactions, with the other coaches mocking the effort as desperate and theatrical. Instead of being offended, the coach doubled down, laughing at themselves and keeping the energy playful. These moments showcase why viewers feel invested in the coaches as much as the contestants. They are not afraid to poke fun at each other or lean into over-the-top antics, which creates television that feels both spontaneous and authentic. The Voice has always thrived on creating memorable rivalries between its coaches, and season 28 is no different. The friendly competition often turns into clever banter, where the coaches try to outwit each other in real time. What is remarkable is how this banter never overshadows the contestants, but rather enhances the experience, making the show more engaging to watch. Fans tune in not just to hear amazing voices, but to see how the coaches will spar with each other and what jokes will come next. Viewers have already taken to social media to share their favorite moments of banter this season. Clips of coaches teasing one another have gone viral, with fans commenting on how refreshing it feels to see celebrities who are not only talented, but also genuinely funny. The fan engagement is a testament to how much the banter contributes to the show's overall appeal. While other competitions may lean heavily on drama, The Voice continues to stand out by offering humor, heart, and harmony in equal measure. This season's banter also carries an added layer of excitement because it often reflects the real relationships the coaches share outside the show. Many of them have collaborated in the music industry or crossed paths at award shows and tour, which makes their on-screen chemistry feel natural. When one coach makes a joke about another's hit single or fashion choice, it comes across as a friendly jab rooted in genuine familiarity. That authenticity resonates with viewers, who can sense that the humor comes from a place of camaraderie rather than forced scriptwriting. At the same time, the banter fuels the competitive spirit that defines The Voice. Every coach wants to build the best team and win the season, but their strategies often involve witty persuasion and comedic timing. Contestants are sometimes swayed less by credentials and more by how charming or funny a coach can be in the moment. That unpredictability keeps both the contestants and the audience on their toes and adds to the fun of watching each episode unfold. Season 28 has also seen banter spill beyond the blind auditions into rehearsals and live shows. Behind the scenes, clips shared on official platforms reveal coaches continuing their playful rivalries even when the cameras are not rolling. These glimpses give fans more reasons to invest in the personalities of the coaches and deepen the sense of connection between the audience and the panel. It reinforces the idea that The Voice is not just about competition, but about building a family-like environment where humor and friendship thrive. For longtime fans of The Voice, the banter has become part of the show's tradition. Just as people look forward to powerhouse performances and emotional backstories, they also anticipate which coaches will deliver the funniest one-liners or most clever comebacks. It has become a signature of the series and a key reason for its lasting popularity. Season 28 has raised the bar once again, proving that, when it comes to mixing talent with entertainment, The Voice still knows how to strike the perfect chord. The appeal of the banter also lies in its universal relatability. Viewers see themselves in the playful teasing between friends or coworkers, and it creates a sense of intimacy that draws them closer to the show. By showcasing humor and lighthearted rivalry alongside talent and dreams, The Voice manages to offer a multi-dimensional experience that keeps fans returning season after season. With only the first stretch of episodes aired, Season 28 has already established itself as a standout in the franchise's history. The level of banter among the coaches feels sharper, funnier, and more organic than ever before. As the season progresses, fans can expect even more unforgettable exchanges, witty arguments, and comedic moments that will live on in highlight reels long after the finale. The combination of top-notch voices and top-notch banter ensures that this season will continue to captivate audiences and strengthen The Voice's reputation as one of television's most entertaining competitions. In the end, the contestants may be competing for a life-changing opportunity, but the coaches are competing in their own way too. Their battles are not only about who wins the season, but also about who delivers the best jokes and earns the biggest laughs. Season 28 is proof that The Voice has perfected this formula, balancing talent and humor in a way that no other show can replicate. The banter is already unforgettable, and it is clear that the fun is only just beginning. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our American Idol YouTube channel for more updated news.